The Americans and farming changes in Bukidnon. The arrival of Americans in Bukidnon at the beginning of the 1900s brought significant changes to farming. While they claimed to be helping the local people, their actions often benefited American businesses more. They discovered that local traders were taking advantage of the Bukidnon people, paying very low prices for their crops like abaca. Abaca is a plant that used to make the rope.
The Americans used this as a reason to increase their control over the area. They set up schools to teach new farming methods, focusing on crops like rice and corn that could be sold for profit. This shifted the local economy from growing food mainly for their own use to growing cash crops for sale. However, this system often left the local people working for the benefit of larger companies and wealthy landowners. With little profit for themselves, the promise of help masked a system that ultimately enriched outsiders.
Cattle runs in Bukidnon. Bukidnon is not all forest or verdant plains, and when the Americans arrived, they also saw that its topography was also characterized by grassy plateaus and deep canyons, paired with a favorable climate and abundance of water supply. The province was an ideal cattle region in the country, with the canyons serving as a natural barrier to contagious animal disease. In fact, that a few Cagayan de Oro-based cattle ranchers already had thousands of heads of cattle. In some areas of Bukidnon, which attracted American colonial. Not for long, a select group of American military officers and the ranchers' Filipino friends were granted 25-year leases with minimal rentals and wide areas of the Bukidnon Valley. The Declum Ranch and American Finance Ranch covered an area of about 10,000 hectares, a violation of ownership limits to individual settlers and corporate ownership under American colonial law. No less than Dean Worcester, the Interior Secretary of the Philippines Commission, ran his own ranch in an area near Valencia with thousands of head of cattle. His guide, when he first visited Bukidnon, Philippines, Constabulary Manuel Portage Sr. put up his own ranches in Malacco and Maramag and became more successful at raising cattle than his American counterparts. Law 1987-342 influenced economic and political history. The province would be long-lasting after Portage Sr. Other Filipino ranches would follow suit and establish their own cattle raising enterprises. By 1939, 67 ranches were already established with a combined 58,776 cattle heads. Law 1987 326 occupying varying expanses of pasture land.
Maayad haanlaw ta inyo alan. My report is all about agriculture, plantations, and the Americans. So the establishment of agricultural plantation in Bukidnon, Philippines by the Americans began in 20th century during the American colonial period. This was driven by the Philippine Commission land policies which encouraged agricultural development by granting lands to corporations and individuals. So one of the most notable plantation was established on 1926 by the Del Monte Corporations, which developed vast pineapple farms sa Tua. So naka-create ni siya og kanang positive and negative impact sa Manolo sa tao sa diri sa Manolo Portage. Ang positive impact nakakuan siya og employment, but sa negative side nakalid siya og land dispute sa mga indigenous peoples, especially sa tribo nga Bukidnon and Manubo peoples. The influence of these plantations continues today as Bukidnon remains a major agricultural hub, especially for pineapple, banana, and sugar productions. So, Del Monte started with a permit to plant on only 1,024 hectares until 14,052 hectares, which was integral parts of Lumad ancestral domains. So why is it nga diri napili sa Del Monte magtanom og kanang pinya? So tsada ang klima, nice siya, then kanang ang Hawaii sad og California sa una naka-face sila og kanang problems, gipisti ilang kuan dito kaning pinya. So mo nang nag-establish sila diri sa Bukidnon. So in 1930 they set up a cannery for the export of tin pineapple in Bugo, Cagayan, dito sa Cagayan de Oro, which produced 277 and 131 cases valued at $776,000. So in Second World War, katong panahon sa World War II, the company was able to harvest 24,159,389 pounds of pineapples, amounting to 1,672,849 nakuha kayo ng kwarta ba? So in 1987 nag-worse ang case sa loneliness and poverty, especially among the Lumad populations. The American were not unlike the lowland traders out to make a killing from indigenous lands, labor, and resources. So next reporter, please.
As what you see in the slides, that the Philippine Packing Corporation, the company behind the famous Del Monte brand of pineapples shipped over the world, first started with the plantation covering just 1,024 hectares in 1928. With the subsequent proclamation of the American colonial government, they would expand this to tens of thousands of hectares through the proclamation number 230 or the Bukidnon Pineapple Reservation in 1929, and the subsequent declaration of U.S. military reservations that could be sublet to the pineapple plantation. With this aggressive contract growing since implemented by the company to date, not only are the indigenous peoples displaced for their ancestral domains, but also the farmers and peasants who have to give way to the unstoppable logic of a ever-growing economics of scale. Elsewhere in Mindanao, vast areas of traditional Moro and non-Christian indigenous grounds continued to be converted into plantations from palm oil, banana, pineapple, and other monocash crops over the decades. In Agusan del Sur and Davao del Norte, agricultural lands ranging from 1,000 to 23,000 appropriated for this purpose by both government and private entities. Another Province Transactions Corporation like DOL was established in South Cotabato in 1964, following the success story of Del Monte and Bukidnon, similar to the privileges given to the latter. Dole was able to acquire territory virtually without limitations, appropriating even the host steaders and Lumad ancestrals' land. A significant portion of the 5,669 hectares that Dole initially secured came from the land awarded the migrants earlier through the National Land Settlement Administration in Balaan ancestral land. They have since been embroiled into a longer, better struggle to take back that was stolen from them from the past decades. At the present, there are also an ongoing expansion of large-scale cultural plantations in Mindanao which have encroached upon areas traditional food crops such as rice and corn. An estimated 300,000 hectares of land have been planted for export with monocrops such as banana, pineapple, coffee, sugarcane, rubber, and palm oil. This number will continue to grow as the impulse to secure large scale profit relies over growing economies of scale. This is an example of the picture shows that the Philippine Packing Corporation, the company behind the famous Del Monte brand of pineapple, shipped over all the world, first started with the plantation covering all just 1,224 hectares in 1928.